deliver consistent high purity carbon food.
Bill, welcome back to InvestorStream. Some excellent news for Lodestar stemming from the Nepean JV with Auroch Minerals. Nepean is renowned for its nickel, but you've actually returned some seriously impressive lithium grades here. What's the potential for more lithium, and how does it change your further exploration initiatives?
Yeah, good morning, Alex. Yeah, they were exciting results we received from Nepean. It's a bit of a game changer because it's the first time that we've identified spodumene in that environment. I think it's early days yet because it's a result of drilling some nickel targets and it wasn't specifically directed towards lithium, but I'm sure that direction is going to change now with the latest results. It's certainly a highlight, I think, of the regional potential, finding spodumene in this environment. We know that it's quite close to some significant pegmatites which have been known about for decades at Lepidolite Hill in Londonderry, and they were primarily identified as being lepidolite-bearing pegmatites, so lithium potential was identified, obviously, but the presence of spodumene, it's a more direct and tried and tested method of processing lepidolite for a fairly good bit of concentrate. So the encouragement there is that lepidolite is a fairly attractive source feed for recovery of lithium. What it does is, I guess, focus exploration now on the lithium potential of that area. We know that, as I said, there's pegmatites of significant scale in the northern area of the Nepean JV. So I would think that the follow-up work that Auroch are undertaking will be focused on trying to identify the pegmatites at surface if they're present, otherwise trying to get a handle on the dimensions and the orientation of the pegmatites in the subsurface environment, and whether that occurrence is like a systematic occurrence of lepidolite around the broader region of zoning and pegmatites. So I think, we'll see that action taking off fairly quickly and leading to further drilling, as I said, to identify the dimensions and the potential orientation of those pegmatites. And in terms of the broader district, it has got implications now that we know that there is potential for spodumene in the pegmatite swarms in the Coolgardie Greenstone Belt. And there's a number of those pegmatites, obviously, are also referring to our own project, but it just highlights the potential for spodumene in that area, which was hitherto unidentified.
Thanks, Bill. So we all know that lithium is an incredibly hot commodity right now, but can you just talk us through the significance of spodumene?
Okay, well, we were pleased to see the high grades we intersected in those drill holes. As I said, the significance of spodumene is in the processing. It's a tried and tested method of recovery of lithium. It just means if you are fortunate enough to find a potentially economic concentration, then your routes to recovery of lithium are relatively low cost and, as I said, tried and tested. So it's fairly straightforward processing flow sheet. That's why, we regard it as significant in terms of the broader region, and in general, in terms of pegmatite-hosted lithium, it's probably the preferred host of lithium in that environment. So it has got implications for the attractiveness of that district as a site for a focus for lithium exploration.
And finally, Bill, staying on the lithium theme, recent sampling at your Coolgardie West project showed strong potential for LCT. What are the immediate plans here? And are you seeing any similarities between Coolgardie West and the Nepean project to the south?
Sure. We've carried out a fair amount of surface work at Coolgardie West. We're yet to drill a hole. That's obviously the priority for us right now. We're looking at getting access to that tenement early in the new year. So we're working towards that in finalising access agreements with the native title parties, trying to get the work program sorted out and have a POW or program of work ready to go once we do get permission to launch a drilling program. In terms of scale, that again is quite significant. It's a 2-kilometre long lithium anomaly. We've identified the lithium and the rubidium cesium potential in a zone of wall rock alteration adjacent to the pegmatite. So that again is significant in that it indicates that the pegmatite, at the time of the pegmatite intrusion, the reaction between the wall rock and the country rock there, the mafic rocks, generated significant lithium anomalies in the footwall. We're yet to see that in the pegmatite, but as I said, there's not a drill hole anywhere along that strike and structure. So we know that from the evidence of the geochemistry that pegmatite has potential for LCT type mineralization. And we know that now from the regional exploration that those pegmatites are quite probably zoned. So we're looking forward to getting in there with a focused drilling program to try and scope out initially what the orientation and the mineralogy of that pegmatite is. We probably plan to test a kilometre or so of strike in the initial program, scoping out that next year, early next year.
Bill, appreciate the update and all the best.
Thank you.